First half, fantastic, took the chances, did give Sevilla a couple of sniffs. But the second half was an absolute abomination. Complete and utter schoolboy defending. And I'll tell you what, for me, the blame has to go straight down to Klopp. When you're 3-0 away from home in Europe and you're 3 up, you keep it tight. You move up and back as a unit. You don't go, as I said, schoolboy. When you go forward and somebody makes a bad pass and you've got 4 players out of the game, now you're encouraging the opposition to come at you. Now, the goals they lost were all from set pieces, but the fact that they're encouraging them to go forward and attack Liverpool is how the set pieces end up coming about.
Have Liverpool got that in their arsenal?
No.
To be able to do that?
No, absolutely not. You saw tonight, Liverpool have one way of playing and one way only, and it is all-out attack. And if it goes wrong, then that's what happened.
Surely Liverpool in a nutshell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the game was nuts, but I mean, it was Liverpool.
It was fun. Fun for us.
Oh, it's a fun game, not if you're a Liverpool fan if they're watching.
Yeah.
But, you know, we say the same thing all the time. We're great going forward. I mean, great pace, lovely football, great movement. The defensive structure they have is a shocker. I mean, it really is. I mean, Alberto Moreno, Stevie mentioned it, the stupid challenge for the free kick for the first goal.
Yeah.
Then he's at the near post in the zonal marking and he lets the guy run across the front of him, right, because he's not aware. He's got to get across and block. Then he gives the penalty away. But all that being said, when you're 3-0 up or you're cruising the game, don't have your full-backs bombing forward like all the time, because the 2 centre-halves are bad enough as it is without the full-backs bombing forward and you're getting caught with gaps down the channel. You've got to play with your head, and if he doesn't sort this position out, and the next transfer window or 2, he's toast. He ain't going to last the distance, Jurgen Klopp, if he can't get the recruitment right in a defensive area, because that's going to happen all the time.
I think it's more than just player personnel here. My criticism of Liverpool for the last couple of years is in-game management. They just don't seem to do that well. You're 3 up. You've got players like Mane, Firmino, Salah on the field. Even if you want Coutinho to go forward a little, there's no reason for anybody else to even cross the halfway line at that point. Who cares if anybody complains? And as much as this is at Liverpool only have one way to play, only know one way to play, surely common sense has got to set in at some point. Either you recognise that on the field, which I think is the normal course of action, or Klopp sends that message out. But you can't get it this wrong, this consistently.
Do you know what they've got in the middle of the park? They've got some players with some nice touches now and again. You know, you saw Chan coming on and got some nice little touches, and Henderson works hard. They haven't got one person in there that they've always had this. They haven't got one person that says, I'm not interested in winning the game 5-0, right? I'm not interested. But you, right back, and you, left back, do not move until I tell you. I'm going to sit here in front of the back 4. I'm going to pull my midfielders in. I'm going to make sure my full-backs are tucked in nice and narrow. My wide guys are back in. And we've got a nice structure. And we're going to hit them on the counter. But we ain't going to leave ourselves open. They haven't got that player.
They could very easily say, right, you know what? We're always going to defend with 7 and a goalie. You 3 guys, you can get after it. But you 3 in front of the back 4, you make sure you don't get caught ahead of the ball. That way, when you lose it, you've got 7 plus a goalie to defend with. But no. They're all running past the ball. And then, of course, as I said before, you're encouraging Sevilla. And you're bringing the crowd into it as well. And that's what happens.
Of course, what it means is the door is still ajar for Sevilla and indeed Spartak Moscow to qualify ahead of Liverpool. It all now will go down to that final game of the group stages at Anfield. Liverpool avoid a defeat against Spartak. They will be fine. They will qualify, no problem. For Sevilla, a big point for them in a sense that they're away against Maribor, and despite the fact Shakhtar managed a 1-1 draw, you would imagine the Spaniards should be able to get it done. This is a door that should never have been even opened slightly by Liverpool. It is now, however it's Anfield, however it's against Spartak Moscow, who could only manage a draw against Maribor. It should be fine, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, I thought Liverpool would win this game, and they made a complete mess of it. They actually made a complete mess of it at home against Sevilla. Is it possible they make a mess of it? It is possible. When you defend the way Liverpool defend, that's possible. Saying that, you've got to think Liverpool are going to steamroll Spartak at home. But if you're a Liverpool fan, you know the roof's capable of caving in at any time.